how AI might change the trajectory of your business beyond 2025. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you practical ways where you can implement AI in your business to streamline some of the operations, replace some of the common functions that maybe you're not doing at all right now, or you're manually doing or trying to piece together a team and manage that team to handle these tasks. And I'm going to share some of the lessons I've learned the hard way so you don't have to by installing and using AI systems. I'm going to jump behind my screen. I'm going to walk you through the most common use cases, as well as show you a practical demo of how you can implement them, how you can install those systems. Because at the end of the day, business is pretty simple. It's all about making more money and figuring out ways to bring more customers. And to do that, strategies, tactics, and ways of implementation have changed over the years. It started, I don't want to go back in the 90s, but it started with direct mail, with flyers, with guerrilla marketing and talking to people one-on-one, trying to drum business, door knocking. Then the internet rolled around 2000, and it completely changed the way we do business. Then social media opened up, and yet again, we saw another way of explosion of how consumers behave and how they make decisions online. And we're yet at another catalyst moment in our lifetime, which is the AI revolution. And there's obviously been a lot of buzz around it. You can scroll your feed and see there's thousands of people offering AI voice callers and agents and systems to do that and this. And it's all good, but most of those are just like fancy ways to show you how you can automate a task that you don't necessarily need to automate. And I'm telling you this as somebody who's been a real business owner, not just building AI automations and trying to drum business with different marketing strategies, but I ran a gym business. This is my company that I sold last year. I owned and operated multiple locations. And if you may or may not know, running a gym is a very sales and marketing heavy business. You would think that it's a simple business model where people just come, work out, have fun, leave, and it's a simple, no complexity model. But it is quite the opposite, as you're facing a lot of resistance from the human psyche, in the sense that there's a lot of indecision, there's a lot of laziness involved, there's a lot of pain involved with them starting going to the gym. And that results in not only transactional process, meaning that they would always compare and try to find an excuse why not to join, but also you need to persuade them at the right moment, at the right time, and do so effectively through sales and marketing. And that means that you need to follow up a lot with your leads. You need to be calling, texting, you need to be running Facebook ads, content marketing, email campaigns. You just need to do so many things in order to get customers. And the whole business model, when I would break down my day as a gym owner, probably 6 to 7 hours were just spent managing leads, calling people, trying to get a hold of them, sending them information, doing appointments with them, trying to reschedule the appointments, have them show up, sit down with them, show them information, and try to onboard them. And that took a toll on me, and not only on me, on my team as well, as, regardless of how good of a process you have, and I'm a systems guy, so we always had a pretty dialed in process in terms of how we onboard customers, how we bring them in, how we nurture them, what kind of information we send to them prior to them joining any of our programs. But it's just tedious, operationally boring tasks that sometimes, no matter how good you are, even as a business owner, you might feel like not doing. And that's the reality of business. That's what we sign up for. But some parts of the business, such as appointment setting, calling all your leads within 5 minutes, sending them text messages, sending them reminders, these things are just not fun. And I saw that a lot of the people that we've onboarded, regardless of the training, regardless of the SOPs, regardless of the package, the motivation, the compensation, there's been a lot of places where these things are not happening with the business. And I know that many of you are in the same boat, especially now with the post-pandemic shift in how the economy is, with the inflation, with the prices going up. It's super hard to find talent. People are now becoming more independent. They're trying to find remote jobs. And you're left out on your own to figure out a way to streamline your business and make sure that you maximize your return on investment on every dollar. You don't want to be hiring people to only train them for a couple of months, provide all the systems, all the training, all the information, to only then have them leave. And after selling my business last year and moving over to Asia with the hopes of opening up a new business, we've invested a bunch of money in a location here that for whatever reason didn't turn out to be what it needs to be, with some legislation reasons and visa rules. I'm not going to bore you to that in that video, but we had to figure out a way. At least I had to figure out a way. First, what I'm going to do, and second, how I want my business to run for the future. And given that we're on the forefront of AI, I thought that given that you have the knowledge, the understanding, and the capacity, you're going to be able, if you're smart, with a small team or even by yourself, manage a 7, even 8, and potentially in the future 9-figure business. Because with AI, most of the tedious operation parts of the business you can streamline. And I'll jump behind my screen here just to show you something. This is the regular cycle of any business, not just our business, but in any business you have the traffic component, right? This is the first part of the business. And whether you're doing paid advertising, it could be directly running traffic to an offer, sign up for this. It could be retargeting your existing audience. If you're doing content on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, you have an audience that watches that content and you might send them to a landing page and promote your stuff there. You might be just boosting your posts or running traffic to your Instagram profile or running DM lead magnet ads. For example, comment this word and I'll send you X resource. So whatever is the type of offer you're running, we all know that it's easy to generate leads, right? Facebook's there, you pay $10, $20, $30 if you're B2B, and you get a lead. But what happens after the lead gets in is like 90% of the work. It is the tedious part of actually reaching out, sending the relevant information, warming those people up, making sure they understand what's your offer. And people are more skeptical than ever. It's 2025, don't get me wrong. We've all bought offers, we've all been burned out. We all see providers on the internet promising the world. And we only do business with people that we like, people that we trust, and people that provide the information we need on how we can solve our particular problem. And this is the first place where AI makes a lot of sense. So if you're running a lot of advertising, or at least trying to set up an effective funnel to nurture and effectively convert on cold traffic, you would need some sort of a system to actually be able to nurture those people over time. And with AI, and particularly our agents, Axel and Lyra, you're able to call people, nurture them, give them information, pre-qualify them, send them relevant videos. So we have AI voice agents, chat agents, research agents, which have the simple function of scraping the information on our prospects and giving us everything that exists on the web. And I was putting an offer for myself earlier today, and I went to Perplexity. I'm just going to show you that here for a second. And I run a search on myself. And keep in mind that I'm very new. I'm not promoting myself too much on the internet. I just started. And look at the information Perplexity was able to find. It gave me like my early career, what I've been doing, me living in Hong Kong in 2017, running my lead generation agency. And with AI, you're able to piece together a system where every prospect that comes in, you can extract that information from everything that exists on the web. And as you can see, it pulled out my LinkedIn, it pulled out my YouTube, it pulled out Use and News where I've been featured, and 24 other sources. So imagine having a system where before you talk to every single prospect, you're able to extract all of that information, okay? And do so automatically, right? The lead comes in, you run that search on them, and you already have that information to contextually, even if you're still manually doing it, to reach out and give them the right information based on who they are and what they know. And as I said, business is all about working with people you know, like, and trust. People that you relate to somehow. And doing such a proper research first is going to give you a point of reference on how you can take a conversation, what you can share with them, might be relevant, but also it will help you identify clients that might not be a good fit so you don't waste time with them. That's very, very important part. So this is when it comes to paid advertising, having a system that can call people multiple times. And actually, I'm running that system right now for myself. And we set it up on multiple channels that if somebody doesn't pick up a call, they would get a text message, WhatsApp message, email. We would call them up to 8 to 9 times, and all of that automatic. Like previously, I had a team to manage all of that. And even if I myself was managing it, me being the business owner, being the most motivated, most excited about my business with the most upside and interest, I was still doing it 70 to 80% of the time. It's just the reality of it. And I know if you're on the other end, you just know that the life of a business owner is overwhelming. There's hundreds of things that you need to be worrying about. And AI simply plugs that hole by installing system that even if it's not perfect, it still does it 100% of the time. Okay, so that's the first part. Now, the second part is content marketing, right? And things have changed a lot since I've started, and I've been running a direct response marketing agencies for a long time. I've been in the space for over a decade. And in the past, you could simply run an offer to an opt-in page, call people, and they would be excited to get started with your offer because they've never been exposed to materials like that. They've never been exposed to offers. They've never been exposed to promotions like that. So that was the golden era of Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube, where you would simply say what you're offering and people would immediately buy. Well, things in 2025 have changed because now with AI, with the access to the internet and everybody having a phone, a camera, and capability to record videos on the YouTube, a lot more people are producing content. And it's very hard for us as consumers to filter that information out. And unless you're an authority already in the space and you have a track record and a lot of testimonials, if you're just starting out and you try to drum up business for yourself, one of the best ways is to put yourself out there on the internet, share your thoughts on parts of your business and how you can help the end consumer on the other end. And one of the best ways to do that is by installing content marketing systems. And in the past, it's been super hard, right? It's like you wouldn't know what to share, how to post stuff, how to come up with ideas. Not all of us are, creative geniuses. But now with AI, you can just put in your target demographic, explain a little bit about what you offer, and you can extract 50 ideas on content that your users and potential clients might find useful. And then use different tools. I'm not going to go in detail in that video, but use ChatGPT, use Poppy AI, use Perplexity, use ChatGPT to come up with those ideas, flesh them out, and even create a bullet point format where you can simply press record on your phone, go over the questions, and upload a video that hundreds of people will see. And you don't need a lot because most of the businesses would be happy if they just get 10 extra customers a month. And having a cadence where you're able to now leverage AI for research, for content, for coming up ideas that are relevant to your audience, for changing the tone of voice, having a way to produce that more consistently helps you as a business have a free marketing channel because this takes, of course, time, and depending on the scale, it might take resources for a video editor, for somebody to publish those. But compared to all the other advertising methods, such as paid advertising, where you could be spending thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, here is relatively cost effective and it's fixed. Because if you produce one piece of content, it might reach 10, 20, 30, 100, 200, even 20,000 people. And I've experienced that firsthand because our previous business we've built primarily on content. It's been a health and fitness business, and we had 40,000 people on TikTok. And I had somebody helping me out with the videos, with the content. And whenever we would get a viral video getting 100,000 views, 200,000 views, we would get an influx of applications for our health and fitness coaching. And sometimes we would get upwards of 300 applications from a single video. Now, I'm not going to break down the math of telling you how much business that generated for us, but it's a substantial amount. And we've done it through simply leveraging AI to come up with ideas and hooks and things that our audience finds relevant, publish those videos for free on those channels, and then take them through a website, an optimized landing page that is modern, clean, fast, obviously has some sort of a video explaining how we actually can help those people, having the testimonials, having some social proof, and collecting applications of those people. And nowadays, you don't need a huge team. In the past, I had a team of video editors, I had a team of people doing the content, chopping up the shorts. Nowadays, it's just me. I press record. I'm not even going to edit that video, and I'm mindful of your time, but I just want to use that as a proof to show you that you don't need to be this guru that has a team running behind you 24/7, recording you. You as the business owner can block out 30 minutes of your day, just press record, leverage AI and smart systems to come up with ideas and flesh out together content that is tactical, technical content that talks to your ideal target audience and shows them how you can solve their problem. So that's the second way, right? We have the nurturing of all the people that come to our channels. Then we have the content marketing ideas. Then we have organic, right? Like we have local SEO, we have search directories, we have Google My Business, we have local PR. And a beautiful way about organic is that nowadays AI has an understanding of how the algorithm reads through our website. And there's websites and tools that allow you to pre-populate hundreds of articles, search for demand, search what people are looking for locally, and create a local SEO optimized website to rank within your area in a matter of a month. Just leveraging AI, just figuring out what people in your area are already searching for, producing the content that needs to do that. And on the back of it, not only you're going to be ranking locally now, and you're going to be getting organic business by leveraging AI, but you can plug in the system of AI agents that are going to be calling, texting, and following with the leads that come through paid advertising, but now also coming in organically. You might have an inbound phone number where that assistant takes that inquiry, filters them out to see if they're a serious prospect, and if they are, you can even do call transfer to the business owner. So that's another great way where you can leverage AI. I'm just fleshing out some ideas, and I'm going to jump behind my screen and show you the system and how it actually works and show you demo calls. I already have some on my channel, so if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you do that. Check some of my past videos. I show more of the visuals of the system and how it works. But that's the third way, right? Now, the fourth way is partnerships. With the trust recession and people being more skeptical than ever, one of the most effective and easiest ways to drum business is through partnerships. Having one strong partner might double or triple your business because they might bring an influx of clients. And if it's adjacent business, you essentially have their marketing dollars that are going out towards promoting to their own customers work for you as well. Now, the way to get partnerships in the past was through networking events, meeting in person, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's probably still the best way to go about it. But there's also a smarter way and more scalable way if you're especially just starting out. You can be running outbound cold email and cold calling even campaigns of reaching out to potential partners, introducing yourself, inviting them to your podcast, trying to get some media partnership with them to just establish rapport enough to the point where if there's adjacent format where you can be working together, they're more open to do so. And again, using AI, you can do, and we have our agents here. This would be our research agent. You can scrape data, for example, from Apollo or any other provider there of people that are within your industry that could be ideal partners. So if you're a Facebook marketing agency, it could be CRO or landing page optimization website. Scrape that information, verify their data, clean up the data with AI, do research on every prospect, scrape their entire website, extract that information, store it in a Google Sheet, store it in a CSV file, store it in your CRM, and then pass over to an outreach agent and connect with those people. Now, how cool is that? Having a system where AI helps you reach out to potential partners, influencers, and even if you get one, forget about the system costing money to run. Even just one potential partner would literally double or triple your business. So this is the fourth way you can do it. And again, in the past, you had to hire a team, you had to hire a couple of appointment setters, people to do research, people to manually scrape the leads. Now with AI, you pay a couple $100 a month, you pay a couple of thousand if you need somebody to install the system, but then you have a system that you don't have to worry about leaving you. Because with employees, the best And the worst thing is that you train them, you help them advance in their career, but depending on the size and the scope and the vision and your leadership, you might have a retention issue with your employees, and you train them to only then have them go for another business and implement what you've been working on and you taught them. Whereas with AI, just like any partnership, whether it's an employee or a human or a technology, it would take time for the system to learn your preferences, to learn the way you want to communicate, to refine the system. But even if it takes you 3 to 4 months, once you have the system cracked down, it's going to stay with you forever. And it's that flywheel that allows you to replicate again and again, the format that you've done, and you're protected. And I think that's the most important thing going 2025 and beyond, that as a business owner, you need to be smart to understand how those systems work, to hedge against your business and plug in people in the parts of the business which are necessary. We're always going to need a human touch. We would always need to talk to humans. We would always need to feel understood. We would always need to have somebody to contextualize the offer, and the way we consume information is through human content. But a lot of the tedious part and the work that previously required multiple team members can now be done through an AI. And then we have referrals, warm market. These are like joint venture initiatives, online events, offline events. Of course, you can use AI there, but I don't think at this point of time there are so many, applicable strategies besides just having some sort of automations that are distributing cash rewards, announcing winners, sending emails, and mass distribution to your list. But other than that, I think this is pretty much the 4 key ways of how you can leverage AI on top of the funnel. Now, as we've already established, the biggest part is always nurturing those leads. And this has been the most time-consuming part of the business, because as a lead signs up, they would normally give us their name, email, phone number. They would give us some sort of answer, whether it's a form or extra information they need to submit, and then we would add them to our CRM. And normally you would have a sales team, you would have appointment setters, or yourself as the business owner, you would try to reach out to all of those contacts. And depending on the channel they come from, if it's an organic content or referral, you would get a lot more business right away. If on the other hand, it's not an organic content, you would have probably 80% of the people ghost you, not reply, and that's where the long-term nurture comes in. You would need to have some sort of a way to distribute more content, create some sort of a newsletter where they get more information from you on a regular basis, so they warm up to the idea of working with you, sending them case studies, different videos. Maybe you have a community of where you nurture people, send them more emails, text calls. So this is again where we plug in AI, and it really helps to streamline some of the operations. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people think of AI agents as these amazing mystical technology pieces that can run independently and do every function within your business. And sure, you might watch a demo here that is trained on one specific task, and the owner of the channel decided to just showcase that capability, not in a real case scenario, and it leaves you with the impression that the system would work in any capacity, in any scenario, just the way it did on the YouTube video. And the reality is very different. And I'm going to tell you that as somebody who's booked hundreds of appointments with AI voice callers, doing outbound, doing a lot of inbound as well. Systems are not 100% reliable because you usually piece out multiple providers together. You rely on ChatGPT for creating the content and serving as a brain. And ChatGPT, just like if you're chatting to it, it might stop, pause for 10 seconds, and then comes up with a chunk of text. It happens the same with voice. Sometimes the agents are hallucinating. Sometimes they're not saying the right things, but they're 95% there, meaning that 95% of the time, they would say the right thing, they would extract the needed information, and they would call and text the leads when they need to. Because they wake up, actually they don't go to sleep, they're 24/7 available, so that's another perk. But unlike humans, and I know this for myself, if I wake up to a list of 35 leads to call, I would only maybe select a few that I think are the best leads, and I would call those, but not necessarily I would follow up with all the people. And I might do it for a few days, but over the course of a month, there's hundreds of people that slip through the cracks. It's just the reality of it. And if you're a business, and especially if you're running ads, if you're doing content, you're losing so much money on the table by not installing those systems. So you just simply need to think about that as an idea. And don't romanticize the concept of it being 100% perfect. We're still in the early days. We're still just getting started, but the systems are getting better by the day. And we've built our own internal software platform where our agents can now autonomously switch between channels. So if we're talking to a person on text and the person says, hey, can you give me a call? The agent now can on our behalf give them a call or send them more information via email. So that's already there. It's not a hypothesis. It's already working. It's already happening. And this is something that you can install. And I already spoke about the research agent, sending them information, demos, having a pre-call flow, of just sending them more testimonials, reminders, helpful information, frequently asked questions. Like AI agents can help with all of that. But why I'm sharing this is because it completely changes the way I do business. And these are all our agents that we have actively working. So Axo is our text agent that can reply to leads on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, via texting on our website as a widget, can do database reactivation, can follow up with leads multiple times, direct integration with our calendar booking. We have Lyre, which is our voice agent. And again, it serves pretty much the similar function. Again, I have a couple of videos on my website where I go in detail. I show you how you can build one agent for yourself. And we have Liam, which is our sales agent. It connects to our CRM. We upload a list. We use our research agent to actually outreach to businesses, and we use different cold emailing tools such as Instantly, Smart Lead, Reach Inbox, which helps us get a hold of decision makers, people that are pre-qualified, and Viora, which is our research agent. So these are the 4 that we've seen work very well. There's obviously different use cases, but I always try to stay as close to the money as possible. So we're trying to build solutions that drum up business, and then on the back end there's obviously many ways you can leverage AI. But the way AI changed my business for 2025 is that I'm going to run a lean team, and I'm going to start solo. I'm going to try to scale as far as I can, and it's not because I don't want to run a team or I don't love working with people. I'm the most collaborative person you could ever meet, and I've ran a team of 30 people. We've had a fantastic time. I'm a people's person in nature, but I just want to prove to myself and run that hypothesis. And especially after me selling my business and not being pressed for cash and having to, force myself to make money, now I'm in a position where I can test the hypothesis. And my hypothesis is that as a solo business, you can scale very big by being smart about it, by installing the right systems, the right agents to actually streamline some parts of your business. So I just wanted to share that because I know there's a lot of business owners, there's a lot of people that are watching that channel. And sure, there's a lot of technical demos of how you set the systems up, but it's more so the thinking behind it that often is lacking. And I see that a lot of times business owners are coming to ourselves and they're thinking of, can you help me install this AI system? I want something to do calls for me. And the reality is that if you don't have a working process right now of how you generate business, how you do content, how you do outbound, how you do inbound, yeah, sure, you can install an AI system, but the system is not going to be any good. And the same way goes if you've never had an appointment setting team and you hire 3-4 appointment setters that are not trained, the chances are you're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, a couple of months training them, figuring out what works, what doesn't. And it's the same with AI. If you've never implemented any of the strategies that you're now thinking of implementing and just leveraging AI for it, it's not the AI that's bad. It's just that you don't have understanding of how the actual function of the business works. You don't know what success looks like within that function. And if you do, then AI can take that job and do it probably 80 to 90% as good as a human would, but then do it 100% consistently and do it over time and improve and make sure that you get the output. So just wanted to record that video for you. I know it's on a bit on the longer side, but just sharing my thoughts here with you. Hope you got some value out of it. And I'm going to be sharing a lot more technical tutorials as behind the scenes. We've been building our software platform to allow to have agents that can be just plugged into your business, installing a very comprehensive follow-up system. And I'm sure we have one of the best ones on the market because we're able to follow up with people through text, through voice, and through chat on multiple channels, all synchronized in one place through AI agents that are specifically trained on your business with access to the internet, so they can even ask you about your website, research it real time, give you feedback on it. I mean, we're doing some crazy stuff, and I've been super busy behind the scenes over the past month, just doing all of that with our team of contractors that are helping out. But yeah, just wanted to share that, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and let me know which parts of the business you're leveraging AI in. And if you haven't yet checked some of my videos here in the channel, this one will be really helpful one.